Hey, I'm Ziga, and this channel is dedicated to Mario Party analysis. Now, Mario Party, it's one of those games I've played since I was a kid, and as time has gone on, I've come to appreciate it a little bit more. I think that the game has become more interesting and more engaging for me now that I can appreciate the elements and the mechanics that really compose it and bring it together. So, what my goal is here is that I want to review the parts of Mario Party that really make it good, starting with the boards. So, mostly I'm going to start with all the reviewing individual boards and finding out what makes them good, what makes them bad, what makes them unique. But I can also discuss other things as well. But let's just go to the boards. So if we go here, boom. So let's start it off. We're going to talk about the aesthetics. We're going to talk about what makes boards look good. So we can go from bland to captivating. So this is pretty scalar, pretty one-directional. One side is pretty bad, other side pretty good. So I mean, it's easy to start there. But then we move on. So we're going to go down to, there we go, board design. So board design is interesting because this is where boards really get their uniquity, where they really shine in a sense, or fail to shine. So we're going to discuss size. Boards can be small, they can be large. It's not really that contested whether a board is small or large, really. But it is a very important factor to decide whether you want a board to be a small board that you can really go around quickly and such and such. So it's important. We'll talk about it. Next, we're talking about the direction, which can go from linear to complex, and that's important as well because you've got some linear maps like Pagoda Peak, which you take one path all the way to the top, whereas maps like Koopa's Tycoon Town, you really have a lot of room for deviation and a lot of room for splitting up, so you could really never go to the same part of the map if you wanted to. If you really wanted to avoid a certain area in the map, you could do so, and it'd be a viable strategy in some senses, or not. It depends. But next off, we're going to talk about the activity. So the activity of a map is just what happens at what rate. So a map with low activity would have low happening spaces, low movement options, perhaps not a lot of turns, or maybe it has two main paths and there's not a lot of splits, and maybe not a lot of risk in your star game. So this is really where a lot of the uniqueness in the maps could shine, because a very chaotic map, while interesting, may not be the most balanced, say, if it was a large map, because you might not just be able to visit certain parts of it. So it's something to consider, and it's something that will work in synergy with the other things. Speaking of synergy, we move on to the orb and item play. So I didn't mention candy here, but it's basically the same thing as an item. So you 1 through 3 you got your items, or 1 through 4 you have your items, and 5 through 7 you have your orbs, and then 8 you have your candy, and those are the ones we'll be discussing primarily so far, which is 1 through 8. Irrelevant, doesn't really matter. The orbs don't matter, the items don't matter, the candies don't matter. They're just boosts to the game generically. But synergistic would mean that these items, these orbs, these candies really have meaning within the map, like per se in Mario Party 2 where skeleton keys are important, or say maybe in Mario Party 5 where you can put down the Koopa Bank orb, which really changes the way certain maps work, makes you choose different routes perhaps. It depends. Next, we're going to currency generation. Currency generation, stars, coins, two main ways of getting revenue in Mario Party. This involves a lot of different factors, but mostly, happening spaces give you coins, and maybe like stores that give you, or not stores, but events that give you coins and such and such. Stars, sometimes some boards give you a lot of stars, or give you opportunities for a lot of stars. But some really don't. So the dichotomy of the stars to coins really makes a board shine, and really makes a board have a certain unique mechanic to it, which makes it fun or not fun depending on what you're trying to play, what you're trying to do. And lastly, skill to luck balance. Is luck good? Is luck bad? That's not really the question we're asking here. What we are asking is whether or not it's present within a board, and whether or not skill is a primary mechanic in getting stars, getting coins in said board. So is a good balance max skill? Is it max luck? It's for debate, but if you're looking for a board that's more luck oriented than skill oriented, you'll be sure to find some on this channel. If you're looking for a board that's more skill oriented, likewise, I'll have it up there. So that's everything. Looks pretty good. We're gonna just transition back, and now I think another thing that I want to do on this channel is game mechanic analysis, so take individual games 1 through 8 and talk about the specific mechanics within the game that really make their elements shine. I say shine a lot. Makes their elements stand out. So, for example, Mario Party 5, there's no stores. You get random orbs and that's it. And that's pretty interesting. It's in a sense fair, but also it's not, because you really don't have any choice of what items you get. You can get some pretty bad orbs over and over. So that if you want to see any videos like that, let me know. I'll be sure to make whatever ones you guys suggest, because I really have no preference. Also going to plug my stream on Twitter. I'm going to stream myself playing these games with some friends, so we can kind of like understand what the boards are and how good or bad they are. So STL_Ziga, that's also my Twitter, so at STL_Ziga, ZGUH. You just find me, it'll be easy. I just want the clout, please. And lastly, thanks for watching this video. More videos coming soon. I'll see you guys later. Peace.